Fairgrounds USA, countyfairgrounds.net. Welcome to today's podcast.
Hi, this is Amy. Thanks for calling. Amy Bickel, Director of Marketing, Kansas State Fair.
We have a Kansas State Fair coming up, and what day does it open?
It opens September 6th through the 15th.
What is your attendance? Do you know?
We usually average around 340,000 people every year. Some years it's more and some years it's less, but that's a good, steady crowd from all across Kansas. We pretty much get people from every county.
So do you know how many years the Kansas State Fair has been running?
I do. So it started in 1913 as the official Kansas State Fair. We had a little bit of a battle in the legislature with Topeka, but Hutchinson won out. Basically, before 1913, we were both hosting a state fair, but in 1913, Hutchinson became the official one. So this will be 107th Kansas State Fair this year.
Okay, so if I was coming to the Kansas State Fair, where would you tell me to park?
There's a lot of great parking. So we have free parking, basically east of the fairgrounds, and also to think about north of the fairgrounds, and we have shuttles. So even if you're farther out in those parking lots, we'll shuttle you into the gate, and then we have trams going inside the gate as well. So it's not terrible walking distances if you have to park a little ways away.
Okay, so what's new and exciting for children under 12 this year?
Well, I just wrote a family guide on that here recently. We have a lot of great stuff. So we have a new education center. This is brand new this year. It is, we had an old building called Do Art, and we transformed it into the new education center. And that'll feature information on the Kansas dairy industry, as well as we have multiple pollinator gardens this year around the fair, and so there'll be education on pollinator gardens. And the pollinator gardens are in cooperation with Kansas Farm Bureau, as well as Pheasants Forever. And we also are a way station for the monarch butterfly. So we have a lot of new and exciting educational opportunities. Of course, the animals, there's plenty of animals to see. You can go through the barn, see the rabbits. We have 2,000 pens of rabbits and poultry. We have 4-H'ers showing cattle and meat goats and sheep and swine, and then racing pigs. I mean, who doesn't like a racing pig? They're also wearing their silks and race around a track for a coveted Oreo cookie. We have a petting zoo. The list just goes on. There's so much to see and do, but there's so much to learn as well. But, of course, the fair is also about having fun. So there's rides for kids. We have, of course, our 1915 era Ye Olde Mill for a scary boat ride through darkened tunnels where people jump out, and that's always fun.
One of the things, I would look for when I was coming in the gate would be maybe a map. Do you have a map or a list of today's events?
We do. So we have a new app. So if you're coming through the gate, we have information booths that will tell you what's going on. We have signage, and we have a new map, but we have a new Kansas State Fair mobile app, and I would recommend people download that because it tells you everything you need to know about getting around the Kansas State Fair. So you can go to your Android or mobile device and download it. Kansas State Fair is the listing it's under, and it has a daily schedule for every day. It has the map. You can search for your favorite fair food. So if you're looking for Pronto Pups or cheese curds or a buffalo burger, it doesn't matter. You can type that in, and that product will come up where it is, and then you can locate it through a GPS-based map. So I recommend everybody download the app, and you can also see when all the livestock shows are, all our concerts. There's frequently asked questions. If there's a question you're thinking about, you can look at that to see answers. And plus, we can send you notifications. So we have a birthing center that's turning 25 years old this year, and which is a great tool for kids as well to see the live births. But we can notify them, say, hey, there's a birth happening now at the birthing center. A lot of people want to see those live births because they're 2 or 3 generations removed from the family farm, and that's just a neat opportunity for them. So I recommend the new app, but of course we'll have signage all around the grounds as well.
Okay. So what have you got as special for seniors?
Seniors, so we have a couple different things. We have a $1 day on Monday. That's a good day for people to come out. It makes it cheap. We also have our Veterans Brunch on Wednesday. That is, we're having the Navy speaking at that. Tuesday and Thursday, though, is a great day for seniors because there's less people those days at the fair, and it's just a better way to get around. But senior discount is $4 in advance and $6 at the gate.
Okay, well that certainly helps. What about like like pushy things? I mean, what do we call those? Not wheelchairs, but do you have any kinds of?
We do. We have mobility scooters.
There you go.
They are So we have a accessibility guide, I should say, on our website, and people can find the scooters are both they're available for rent at Gate 5 and Gate 9. So there's information on our website about that, but Scoot Around Mobility Rentals.
Okay, and what's in your exhibit buildings for animals in the 4-H this year? What's special?
Hey, well, we have our Grand Drive. That's the big deal this year in our livestock barns. The Grand Drive is turning 20 years old this year. We have a few thousand youth that will be coming to the fair that weekend to all vying for that purple ribbon, Grand Champion Livestock. So that'll be going on the first weekend. We also have a lot of equitation events this year, just more educational horse equine shows that people can come watch. Of course, we have a draft horse show the first weekend as well, and a draft horse parade at 5 o'clock on Friday, September 6th.
And you have some really unusual grounds acts. Do you want to tell us about those?
Yeah, so we have Bandaloni. He's back by popular demand. He is a one-man band that performs, just roves around the grounds. He has a sense of humor. It's just fun to watch him because he plays current songs and dances and draws a crowd. But we also have a circus performer, Jason DeVod. He's a self-taught one-man circus. He juggles fire. He rides a unicycle. He just is going to be a cool event. But I'm excited for the strong man. This kind of, I call it the Kansas State version of Superman. John Beatty, he can bend steel, flip cars, pull a 1-ton pickup, or he could do something as simple as turning a horseshoe in a heart or lift 10 kids in the air. So he can just do a lot. I'm really excited. He was on season 5 of America's Got Talent, so we're excited to have him this year.
Okay, and you have all kinds of fair food. I'm presuming you also have healthy fair food, right?
Of course, we have stuffed cucumbers. We have, you can find a lot of healthy fair food, but of course the fair is known for deep fried and on a stick. So I'm sure there's some healthy food on a stick as well, but there's different places to find some great healthy.
Yeah,
as well.
I have people tell me that they wait all year long for the funnel cakes, and I keep thinking about the sugar. That's why I asked that question. So, yeah.
Well, and we have a $2 Tasting Tuesday, which is every not every food item, but select food items on that Tuesday, September 10th, are only $2. So funnel cakes are one of them. You can get kind of a mini funnel cake, and sometimes you have to share a funnel cake. Well, this is kind of your own personal. You can try different flavors and stuff like that. But so you can try those fair foods that you always wanted to try, but you never wanted to spend for a full portion. So that's a neat event as well on Tuesday.
Put you on the spot. What is your favorite fair food?
I am pretty passionate about cheese curds, so I only have them once a year, and I could have one a day, and I'd be happy. So, but I also like our Pronto Pups. That's kind of the staple fair food of the Kansas State Fair. They've been here for since the early 60s, maybe even late 50s, and everybody knows what a Kansas State Fair Pronto Pup is. So you always have to have a couple of those during the fair.
Now, one of the things I noticed on your website that I haven't seen too much of is that you have actually got themes every day. You want to tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. So we have daily themes, and those themes are, we try to do some programming around those themes. So the first day is kind of welcome back to the fair, reunion day. And one thing that's coming here is that a lot of people meet up, especially in the local area, on that first Friday, and they just kind of have a reunion. So that's kind of our first Friday, September 6th. Saturday, September 7th and 8th, or Saturday and Sunday, September 7th and 8th, is Explore Kansas Weekend. And that's another new event we're having is we have over 40 communities represented in Gottschalk Park here at the Kansas State Fair that weekend, showcasing what their communities have to offer. You know, it could be that fishing spot or that local museum or, like Lynchburg is coming and they're bringing Swedish dancers. So that'll be a fun event that first weekend. So we're really highlighting, celebrating Kansas that weekend, as we do throughout the whole fair, but celebrating our Kansas communities that weekend. Monday, of course, is Dollar Day, so you can pay $1 to get in, or you can get in free with your Dillon's Plus card. Tuesday, September 11th is Foodie Fest. That's the $2 Tasting Tuesday event I was talking about. So food vendors will be serving $2 portion of selected items. Wednesday, September 12th is Kansas Cares Day, and this is a great way to give back to the community. We'll be packing 50,000 meals through Pack Shack, and this is also sponsored by Dillon. And we have local volunteers coming in from 2 to 4 that day. They get free gate admission, but they can come in and pack meals for the Kansas Food Bank, and we're still taking applicants for that. So that'll be a great event. And then Thursday is Thrill-A-Rama. We're just really focusing on our rides that day. We have wristband days where you can buy a $30 wristband and ride as many rides as you want. So that's a great day for kids and families. Friday, September 13th is Ag Innovation Day. So we're showcasing some of the latest and greatest that day, as well as focusing on a lot of our exhibitors are here alternate days that we're showcasing their new products. Okay. Saturday, September 14th is Arts and Culture Day, and then Sunday, September 15th is Kansas Outdoor Day, and we have archery in the classroom coming. Pheasants Forever is bringing a BB gun range, so we'll be really focusing on what the Kansas outdoor activities with the Kansas Department of Wildlife Parks and Tourism.
Okay, so let's talk about your grandstand. Yes, can we still get tickets for that, can they?
You can. Tickets are on sale right now. We have some great acts. Of course, we're kicking off the first Friday with Bobby Bones and the Raging Idiots, and our special guest is Nicole Gallion, who hails from Sterling, Kansas, and we're excited to have her. She's written several #1 songs, including Dan and Chase Tequila, Kenny Chesney's All the Pretty Girls. So that'll be a great evening. Billy Currington, Saturday, September 7th, and he has 20 top 40 hits. And then Sunday, September 8th is Skillet. They're a great Christian and hard rock band that is really popular right now. And then we have Demo Derby Monday, September 9th. Another Christian night on Wednesday, September 11th with Francesca Battistelli and Zach Williams. September 13th is Lauren Elena with Mitchell Tenpenny. Those are both up-and-coming country acts. And then Hanson on September 14th. Of course, everybody's probably heard Mbop. So we're excited to have a 90s nostalgia band coming to the Kansas State Fair. But new this year is we're having 2 free concerts. So our grandstand will be dark on Tuesday and Thursday this year, but we're having Mason Ramsey, the little Walmart yodeling boy, little Hank Williams, they call him. He's up and coming and really gaining in popularity right now. So you can see him first at the Kansas State Fair on Tuesday, September 10th. And then Thursday is up-and-coming country singer Lindsay L. Great guitarist, great singer. I'm excited to see her on September 12th.
Okay, so I know that the Kansas State Fairgrounds has a lot of events other than the State Fair, right? Do you know what's coming up after the State Fair?
Well, right after the State Fair, which seems kind of crazy, we have a big livestock show, the Kansas Kansas Junior Livestock Show will be that about a week and a half after the fair, so it's a big event. We also have a Comic-Con in June with it's a state-based event where they bring in different comic book actors and TV stars, and that always draws a big crowd. And those are just a couple of things coming up. Of course, we always have RV rallies and other events like that. Our buildings are used pretty much every weekend pre-fair.
Okay, so is there anything else you want to add other than to have a great time at the Kansas State Fair?
Oh, I'm excited for this year's fair. There's so much new stuff. Only thing I could add is if we have a visitor guide that has lists everything you need to know. You can pick it up at your local Dillon's here in Kansas, or we can mail you out one as well if you don't have a Dillon's in your area. So feel free to reach out to us here at the Kansas State Fair, www.kansasstatefair.com. But we're looking forward to seeing you September 6th through the 15th.
Thank you very much, Miss Amy. It was nice talking to you.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, bye-bye. Have a great fair.
Bye-bye.